Hello. Uh, so I just got off work. Just want to dress like this. I kind of hate doing these videos, but I guess in the moment is the best time, and it's just been a hell of a day. Like, I haven't. Holy fuck! I laid around all day. That's kind of cool. Uh, it's part of it being a hell of a day. People, people criticize that, but I also fucking about broke my fucking shins. Having a car frame digging in and like it fucking flipped over and I had to dodge the fuck out the way. That was some hairy shit. It was like four of us trying to get it up and it was raining. So we're trying to get like this fucking car frame up into this like metal trailer and everything's all fucking wet and it's sliding. It was some hairy shit. And I learned how to use a sawzall better. It's just like skills that I pick up, I forget, and I gotta re-pick up. But my boss is a wise man. He knows a lot of stuff. He's very handy. So he gave me a lot of pointers today. Uh, as I was figuring out how to use a sawzall, and we ended up having to go get a new one. But like the one I was using was it was failing, but we got all the most use out of it, and I think a lot of other people has been like this thing's broke, but we kept making it work. So and like me learning and shit. Uh, my brother was sick, and he's like super in his job because like it's like going to the gym every day. Like and he's like super. He's like a Chad, right? Uh, so he's like super into it, and he's like super fucking fast, and just going to like 100 and fucking not 110, like 180% every day. But he's like, oh man, I ain't even trying. Like, is this him? Like, he's just like working out, like casually to him. But he was sick as fuck, and he came along anyways. So I hope I don't get the flu or anything. Whatever. But yeah, we needed to get him home, but we needed to get the truck empty at the scrapyard, and I mean, there's another there's that there was another nest in there another birds or whatever got into the garage, and I knew about them for about a week. I was hopping around and I figured maybe not fuck with them. The parents will take care of them, and there's that open window. It's not too high up, they'll hop out. They'll see the light. They'll hop out. Uh, but about some time passed. I just go check on them a couple days, like a couple nights. It was about nighttime. I didn't want to disturb them during the middle of the day, and maybe scare the mother away or whatever. If it was being fed, and he was looking pretty all right. It was probably the beginning stages of him like not having food and shit though. But I had no way of knowing for sure. And so I didn't know what to do. My head was so full of I didn't have my meds or anything. I was running on. It's weird. I'm fucking exhausted. And I'm way more lucid now than I was then after like sleeping for fucking 12 hours a day and shit. It's because like the chronic fucking tired and blah blah blah. But anyways, so I was on my walk earlier, and I was like had this whole thing go, clandestine roads and all that shit. But I was just eventually I was just like, I just gotta get back as soon as I can. I got back about 6 o'clock, and like one part of the walking thing to go to the last video tips is a transition mode. Like either you're prepping to go out or you're coming back, and there's just this huge fucking shift of like you can have plans. I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And it's just like you get back, and it's just like your brain just doesn't shift gears, and then you get all fucked up. I started feeling that, but I knew that I had to find I had to check on him this morning. So I cleaned the garage, and he was kind of like the last place I was looking. I got the garage looking real nice, because like the boss coming by, he's also landlord and whatnot, and he's supposed to pick me up for work, and he was late because my brother was sick, I guess. My brother tried to come into work, and he got paid good he got paid good because the boss was like, well, like you came in, like I ain't gonna. He was bad. He was bad off. Like he had a bad fever. I don't think he'll go to the hospital, but he needs like some days, a rest, being taken care of. But he's got his girl and stuff, his family. Where am I? 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So the time about 8:45 that the boss would have got here was the time that. So I started cleaning the garage like 6 o'clock. I was going slow and careful, make sure he wasn't under no wheels that I was moving. So I only heard him chirp a few times. He would the first time I went to check on him, he was very chirpy. I actually could talk with him. I might be able to now, but I'm just trying to focus on this video. This time it was just like I chirp, and then every once in a while I hear a few chirps, and then there's silence. So I got him in about 8 o'clock, so I spent about 2 hours doing that. And the neat thing was, it's like my meds, whatever, but it was like when you get them, as everyone's hanging out and stuff, so you do actually get a little fucked up high, plus at time of sobriety, blah blah blah. But I didn't refill my shit up though. I did just I smoked a bowl, right, and then it was fat bowl, whatever. I smoked a bowl, but I didn't fill it up again. Just smoked my bowl, and then I hung out for a while, and then I left, and I walked all the way back, and there definitely would have been the temptation to oh fuck, I got work and stuff again, just get me through the day, but I also because oh, I don't know what to do, I gotta check on this bird, but the garage is all fucked up, but my focus is pretty high for I gotta find this bird, right? And I gotta do it in a time frame because I don't want to I came to the conclusion I was gonna regret it if I was to tell the boss maybe come back later for me or something there's no way I could betray myself and and just let the bird die for a days of work, right? Because it's recycling. I like that, but I know it's not saving the planet really or any shit like that. That would have been a hard call because I really didn't want to do that to my boss or whatever. But my higher principal was saying I got to make sure I find this bird first. So that motivated me. That I was I don't know what to do, but I'm just gonna start doing some stuff. I'm just one step at a time, and then start coming together a little more, and then I had a half done. And I was okay, he's not on this half, he must be on the other half. And by 8 o'clock, I had him in. So I had okay, I got and he wasn't looking like a goner. He was looking like hurting, he needs food for sure, but as it was going on, I was having a really hard time feeding him because he didn't know what I was trying to do. I was trying to feed him, and he was fighting me, and he was wasting a lot of his energy and shit, his final energy trying to fight me while I was trying to feed him. And I'm realizing this, and I'm man, this is a countdown timer. If I don't get this food in him, he's gonna run out. He's gonna fight himself to death, kind of thing. I'm gonna feel responsible, because I should have done something sooner, which I didn't know what to do. My thought this time was, you know what? I just get him outside. If he's okay, but he's still in there, I gotta get him outside in the sunlight and in the grass and stuff because that's where he's gonna learn to hunt and all whatnot. And yeah, like maybe he should have got himself out through the window, or maybe the mom should be coming in and still feeding him, but he needs to be out of that dark, dungy place. And where I found him, it was sad. And he would have died there. I was even really sad. Like it's better to die under the sky, and haven't seen the sun, or been in the sun. That garage was like a prison in many ways. It was like an allegory for a prison. So I got him out of there, brought him in. I finally got some food in him, but then he wasn't swallowing it, and it was getting stuck, and I was having to shake him and yell at him, just like whatever I could do to keep him conscious. I was rubbing his crop area, like right by his throat. I was doing everything I could, like I was helping him, get it down, but he had to do the final work, and he had to stay conscious through that. And he finally, like, I was getting emotional too, but it's like like you're not allowed to die on me, right? But you might have got, it's all like God's plan or whatever, God willing. If he died, that's just how God put it, and I have to take that as a lesson, like learned. I should have done more earlier. But he got it down, and then he perked up a little bit, and because he got those calories in him, his body started kicking back online from the energy that he spent resisting. And there's a little more trouble, but not as much trouble getting a little bit more down a little bit later. And then, like 5-10 minutes later, and a little tiny bit more, I had to give him small, so he could manage it. Then he started opening, and then he figured it out. Like, hey, this motherfucker's trying to give me food. So he started opening it up and asking for food. I'm probably going to be asking for food soon. But I'm going to try to do this video. But I'll show you if I feed him, if he starts asking for food. Because that's kind of what's keeping me going, though. Like that's part of my point is, I didn't have that, oh, what do I got to do? Or I got to do this or that. Oh, I should do some more drugs. Because, meds are drugs. It doesn't matter what your medication. If you take aspirin, it's a fucking drug. And people can say what they want. I've known people that take fucking 14 aspirins every day. So shit's not healthy, blah blah blah. It's a fucking drug. But I got an intense focus kind of when it comes to helping animals. Moving on. The boss called me after things were settled, and I was good, and I thought the other guy came in because I was only supposed to be a temporary worker. So and the other guy was supposed to have Thursday and Friday, and I worked yesterday. It was Thursday, and I got called in but he's like, hey, we're 5 minutes away. I'm like, oh fuck, I ain't even dressed. I still have my chick clothes on, pigtails in, all that. So I hurried it up and got dressed. I hooked him up with this. I'm gonna have to go, wash that. But I'm gonna inspect all the poop and all that. And I've been learning what I can, more veterinarian stuff, which a lot of this stuff's online. You just gotta know where to look, and I need it does help to be firing on most of my cylinders, not all of them right now, because I'm fucking exhausted. But most of my cylinders, more than I would be before when I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. I am fairly certain, I don't trust vets. I really don't. I was really disgusted by my last experience with hauling a dozen of them. So I'm gonna definitely hit the books hard. And that way, when I deal with those people, yeah, they're not gonna put him through a whole bunch of fucking bullshit tests and stressing him the fuck out, and then just to extract as much fucking money from me, which I have money, I'll throw the money down. That ain't no shit. That ain't no problem. But yeah, that's how they do people too. They fucking farm people with illnesses so they can extract the profit and whatnot, and they make people sick. Hospitals do. The medical industry does. The veterinarians, same fucking thing. So I'm gonna go in there educated and shit. I learned about different blood tests. This is all stuff I was learning at work. Because yeah, so I made this thing like boss, like I'm 5 minutes away. You know, and the boss, I had the garage door open. Boss, I did a good job cleaning up in the garage and whatnot. And my brother was sick, so like the boss really needed me today. Like, I could have called off. It would have been no big thing. But like my brother's two men. My brother's like 2.5 men by himself. But he was incapacitated. So the boss actually really needed me today. And I brought out this tub. I'm like, I could work today, I was dressed to work and all that. So I was having makeup and my pigtails still in. But I was like, I gotta bring, if I do, I gotta bring the bird, that's the thing, that's the condition. So I can keep making sure he's fed and keep an eye on his condition and whatnot. I was like, all right, which pains me a little bit because this was probably an option for my other guy and he was my friend, and I didn't. I was like, oh, I gotta feed him, but I can't bring him into work. But I probably could have when it was just him, and I can't get caught up on that right now. How the day went. So we're finally getting off the bird, right? So we get to the scrap area. I empty the truck before my brother gets. So like, we need to take my brother home, but we need to empty the scrap truck. And I knew it was hot as fuck because my brother was cold. He's like freezing. So I mean, it was like a fucking sauna in there, and I got like the bird. He's got like lots of air coming through, but like I was like, man, that like I can't. Like every fucking second counts. So I busted ass like my brother would, which I used to do that back when I was motivated. But back then I was kind of running from my pain, from being being suppressed like this. So that was my way. I just would just totally focus on the work. I'd fucking go ham on it. And that's what I did today, like get my brother home as soon as possible, and also like get the air conditioner back on, so and get back in there so I can keep be feeding him. And I fucking went ham unloading that truck. Like I haven't put that much, like I put in 180%. Like holy fuck, I haven't even done and it's like, I mean, your brain's working faster. Like I had my meds. Like I would have put in 110% if I didn't have my meds. I would have tried, but I wouldn't have been able to keep up with myself with meds. Hey, there he is, Squeaks. It's like hey, I'm kind of getting hungry. But once he's like, Squeak, 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 I was like, oh, okay, you're ready to eat. Sometimes I'll chirp back to him too. Sometimes he just wants to talk. Yeah. All right. What are we gonna feed him this time? I fed him. I had mealworms on hand from the other birds. I fucked up on because I was feeding them more like outside bugs, and I didn't know better. But I switched over to mealworms, and I had those on hand, so I'm sort of looking for them now. I had some refried beans that I had for myself. It's just sort of just like a bullshit snack. I was eating them right out the can, but those are decent. And I was just getting ready to head to the store to go get some watermelon. I was told the boss, we also got to make one stop just real quick so I can get some watermelon. Because I needed him not to be constipated. It seemed like he was constipated. And I needed the watermelon to make sure he was hydrated and make sure he could shit out those mealworms, that they weren't going to clog him up. I'm going to make 2 videos. I'm going to talk a lot about this guy. And he's not my pet, anything like that. Like, I gotta get them rehabilitated, and then I gotta get them out there and socialize, because in the winter they roost up within the thousands. So they stay warm and stuff. Like, he's gotta be out there. They could be a she. I'm thinking it might be a she. I usually call him a he, but I'm thinking about this one a she because the song I've listened to. That's weird when I sing to him. I get a bit of a feminine voice. Yeah, what am I? I'm fucking exhausted. I'm firing on like half cylinders. Okay. Mealworms is the go-to kind of thing, but you know what? That hamburger is gonna go bad faster. I got lots of mealworms. I've been giving mealworms all day. I'm gonna give him some more hamburger. We went to Five Guys. for lunch. And the boss doesn't eat a whole lot. And I was looking up starving and shit. Like I'm learning about medicine because like the medicine carries over. And I'm like how long is it gonna take to rehabilitate them and what happens, all that shit. I need to know all that shit, right? And the boss kind of goes through that. He's old, he's diabetic, but he pushes himself too hard. He don't eat. And I'm like, boss, you got to eat. But we had already agreed to eat, so because we had to go get a new sawzall. Because the one we did have, it did shit out. So yeah, I got a little bit of hamburger. This is from my burger. And it blows my mind that's just way better for him than an earthworm. Earthworm will kill him. I don't fucking know how. Like maybe the parents just take on the like maybe I don't know. Maybe the parents take on the parasites and they regurgitate it without them. And the parents are like, no, they're on borrowed time, so that's why they want to have babies. I usually give him a piece or two of watermelon, just a little tiny piece after. He's shitting more normal now. I don't know. It's still a bit of a struggle. I gotta do research, lots of research. I'm gonna have to log that shit. I'm gonna have to make a log, pen and paper, even though I don't really do pen and paper too much. For this guy, I can. Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp. That's how we talk. Chirp, chirp. Usually he likes to eat like a little more. You want another piece? Want another piece? Chirp, chirp. I don't want to pressure him too much because I want to give him time to digest. Still trying to get my bearings. But I got a high level of focus. Like, not it was fucking what? Midnight? And it's like 4 o'clock now, so 16 hours ago I smoked. 16 fucking hours, and it's still carrying me through. So these are like it's potent meds, and it's like I'm not high or anything. I'm just fucking functional. But a lot of that functionalness is like I'm on point because I got like Birdie to take care of. I was dehydrated. Finally. I don't bitch and complain about like I'm thirsty. Like I wait till it's a good time to go get some drinks and whatnot. I didn't grab nothing for myself. I had a couple spoonfuls of the beans, but I brought that along for him. Like everything that I brought along was for him. Except my headphones. I just a habit to grab headphones. Which yeah, I fucking somehow it was raining. I don't know if it was raining or it was when I was just throwing my shit in a bag. But some water got on my phone speaker, now my speaker's all it's low on full blast, it's low as fuck. Like it was already quiet, like I could hear it. It was like a little radio, like now it's like it's all crinkly and it's low. But it's enough to enjoy and stuff. Hopefully the headphones will still work. I'll have to get a new phone, but I got the cash for that too. I don't know. I'm just going to keep working for now. I didn't even talk about work yet. Like I did, but here's the cool thing. Like when I was at the scrapyard, I thought like going ham and shit. Like I was like, I didn't redo my pony, like undo my pigtails and do this, right? So like I was just out there going ham with my pigtails and I still had a lot more makeup too. I didn't even I forgot about it, I had like red like lipstick basically up here. That's what I used. And I had to go inside right to turn the ticket in and the boss went in there with me like it was cool. It was like him backing me up. I just had to scrapyard right like the boss has got fucking pull there right because we bring in so much stuff. And they ain't like we're going to like individual shops. They'd be like, oh, you can't come here or anything like that. So I told the boss like I really like that meant a lot to me. That he's just willing to go in there with me like that. It's like that's a big thing. Like people don't even want to fucking be seen with you if you're a tranny. Because oh no, like if I reflect on them or whatever. And he's just like he's cool about it. But when we was about to go to a shop and stuff, start going to shops, I told him I was grateful He's like, oh, yeah. So I could have kept going with the pigtails, but yeah, I just put my hair in a ponytail, and I got rid of at least the eyeshadow, most of it. So I kind of caked it on. That was just me. That was more of a respect thing for him and his business, and he showed me respect by giving me the choice. He wants another one. So that was pretty fucking cool. And that really helped me not have the that really did a lot to make me like not feel like I was like I'm a mannequin. Like I feel like a mannequin like this. Like I'm not even a person. I'm just like a puppet, right? Dancing to someone else's tune. But that made me a lot feel like I wasn't like that, which really helped me focus on my work. Like I was focused on my work. And it helps me more because I got something to prove. You know, people say, "Oh, look at that fucking faggot," blah blah blah. But if I outwork you, then you shut the fuck up. Like you can't say shit because I fucking outwork you. Like I'm stronger than you. I'm faster than you. You know. Uh, so that was kind of the big thing today, and yeah, it's weird, you know. And then my brother wasn't there, so me and the boss talk. Usually it's my brother and the boss talk, and they have the guy talk. Me and the boss talked about like we talk about like politics and the way the world's going and like the world issues and shit, the wars. Usually it's just like, hey, look at that cool car, look at that, look at that thought. Basically, they don't call them thoughts. That's what I'm calling them. Uh, Bite. Oh hell yeah, you do. Um, need this piece. It's gonna cut out.